Hey, good evening. It's Kenny B here. It is August 15th, halfway through the month of August. Welcome aboard. Quick video from Cities and Suburbs for you. Looks like the COVID cases are up in Worcester County, so you can go to Worcester, the home page of the city of Worcester. They have a dashboard there. You can go to mass.gov and look at the cases, and remember, they are cases, they are not deaths or fatalities rather. So, but there's something still to keep an eye on here. The kids are going back to school in a few weeks. We got this mask fighting kind of thing going on, and but anyway, just real quick, and nothing to be lighthearted about. I mean, I was fortunate today to be able to go to everybody was vaccinated birthday party, and I loved it. So, so again, yeah, I mean, the weather is holding out. We love it. I mean, June was the first, I mean, summer doesn't actually begin until June 21st, and it seemed like the whole month of June was summer. And then we got into July, which did not exist. And except for H2O, and then we are into August again, and now the kids have to go back to school. Anyway, so hopefully the nice weather is with us for a little bit, and so just really touching on the coronavirus. I mean, I did hear from the CDC that you can expect to see 100 million cases over the next year of the coronavirus variant, whatever letter in the alphabet we're at now, over the next year, which is very, very friggin' unfortunate. You know, I know you folks have seen what's going on in Afghanistan right now with the United States pulling out. Maybe we should have pulled out of there a long time ago. You know, speaking of cities and suburbs, there's no suburbs and there are no cities in Afghanistan. Kabul is about to fall, which is the nation's capital, and you know, you know, I have to say this, and I want to say it the right way, but thank you for all the men and women, all the folk, and even on the Afghani side that fought this struggle for 20 plus years. Afghanistan, longest war ever for the United States, the Middle East, you know, and 4 presidents, regardless too of whether they were Democrat or Republican. It's been the same result, by the way. Check the facts. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I always say that. Doesn't matter. R&D in the White House. I digress. I'm sorry. But, you know, to keep handing this off, and we're the United States of friggin' America. This is the United States right here, okay? But that being said, 20 plus years ago, we're coming up on 9/11 in September, 9/11, which is Saturday. And that'll be the 20th anniversary for the, you know, the attacks on the World Trade Centers and the World Pentagon, I mean, the United States, the White House and the Pentagon. I mean, it's going to be historic, but, you know, when we look back, we go, jeepers crow, that was a terrible thing. And now there's a lot of people growing up right now that go, what was that? I'm not saying forget history, but what they're saying is this fight and, you know, like growing up with Vietnam. Let's you know, growing up in Vietnam, seeing them. Well, why are they over there? Well, what is this accomplishing, right? Agendas are so much different than actually preserving American life. Let's just say that. So it's unfortunate. We're going to be seeing every night and the god awful, hateful news. They only leave like a minute and 30 seconds left for like tonight's good feel story. Good feel story. But you know, it is what it is. But we also, on top of all this BS, we have the stupid COVID still, you know, dancing away, wanting to survive, and let's not give it a place to hide. Get a shot. There's plenty of them, guys. Please. I mean, you can get a shot easier than going into your local store and buying a soda. Okay? Period. Thank you, Worcester Bravehearts, bringing it back local. The Worcester Bravehearts, Collegiate Developmental League. You know, they served Worcester so well at Fit and Field at the Holy Cross. The Creedon Company knows how to run a team. I'll tell you that, and an organization. So thank you, the Worcester Bravehearts. They made it to the playoffs, playing the best 2 out of 3, I guess, against the Vermont team, and that name escapes me right now. But I'll think of it, of course. But thank you, and there's so many good things happening in Worcester right now. One of those things, good or bad, and growth is painful. Growth is painful. Worcester has now a population of over 200,000 officially on the census. We are at 206,000 individuals that live in the city of Worcester. Okay? Now, Buffalo, New York is approximately 278,349. So, give or take. Buffalo is the 76th largest city right now in the country. Now, it was much bigger in terms of population. You have to think that Buffalo was, you know, the head of the Erie Canal, the St. Louis Seaway. It was a big, it was actually part of the Underground Railroad, the whole Harriet Tubman, and so there was a lot of black migration naturally to Buffalo. But, you know, it's similar to Worcester. That's why I'm talking about this. I was reading about Buffalo and reading about Worcester, and I'm like, wow, what's going on? You know, we had a canal in 1825 that was like, wow, you know, Buffalo had a canal right around the same time. I think built from the same group of Irishmen, Tobias Bolin, I'm sorry, the engineer behind the Blackstone Canal, Holy Cross College, and same group of Irish folk that, you know, back then people were coming into this country looking for work. You know, Europe was poor. It was like, that's another show. But people needed, and particularly Ireland and the English Isles and things like that, people were really struggling over there for food and resources. America was like the new frontier, you know. But with that comes pain. Growth comes, accompanies pain. And when the canal opened in Worcester, it started sucking all the water away from the companies, and people used to sabotage the canal, you know. You know, and because it was taking resources. So again, growth was difficult, even though the canal only lasted about 20-something years in Worcester. And the same thing with Buffalo. Buffalo, you know, you had the canal come in, the St. Louis Seaway was a passage quicker to Europe and quicker trade. And yeah, we you know, we get that. You know, but then all of a sudden your steel industry comes in and the steel industry goes out. You know, Buffalo, Worcester were old manufacturing centers. You know, And what do you do to turn your municipality around? If you're Buffalo, you're Worcester. And I only make that comparison because Worcester's kind of grooving along. We brought the Pawtucket Red Sox to Worcester to become the Worcester Red Sox, which is largely due that Major League Baseball now owns minor league baseball clubs. Again, interview with an umpire coming up on that one. I cannot speak broadly to that, but and again, just because your population increases, okay, in Worcester the population increased during the Industrial Revolution. We had cultures coming in here, that different foods coming in, right? That doesn't mean everybody is prosperous. That doesn't mean things get better all the time. I mean, right now, Worcester's growing. Yeah, we're 206,000 people, and that doesn't mean all of us are living in palaces. All right, that's a census, right? What percentage of that population are living in poverty? Okay? Affordable housing, Section 8. Those are just residents that are registered with the city of Worcester. That doesn't mean it's like, whoa. You know, I mean, you look at New York City, you go, 9 million people live there. That must be the best flipping place to live. No, people move to urban areas for so many different reasons. The people who can afford the really nice areas, you know the reason why they're living there. You go up to Boston and, you know, the north, where the casinos are and those $1 million condos. They're living in Boston, but they're looking down at everybody else who can't afford that. So, but that person also lives in Boston. Same thing happened in Worcester. Again, too, increased population, more use of municipal functions, roadways. Our roadways in New England always suck. You can go to Boston, it's terrible, by the way. You think Worcester's bad. Oh my God. Well, everything built on water, so I get it. And, you know, we get the winter, we get the, you know, plate tectonics, if you will. But, I mean, what do you guys think? Worcester is a city on the move. If we do it the right way, I think we'll be okay, but I think we have to include everybody there. And there is a master plan. Worcester is not ignorant to the needs of, you know, that it's an older industrial city. The housing is old. The housing inventory is old. And very, it's not well maintained by the landlords. And people live there because it appears cheap. By the way, sometimes when you do really statistical data on housing, the difference between a middle class apartment between a kind of a lower class apartment is about $50, right? It's about $50. You know, we have this perception of low income, middle income, right? But it's only about a $50 difference in what you can afford for a 1 or 2 bedroom, you know? But hey, $50 is $50, I guess. But anyway, so just wanted to tune in, and I want to share that with you because Worcester is growing, and with growth comes pain. But you know, it's like giving birth, right? It's all worth it. We hope in the end. Take care, guys.